Hi everyone, Sherry Canino here, and today I'm going to show you how to make some simple line drawings that you can add to your art journals to step them up a notch. So here I'm going to be working on a couple of tags just for simplicity, but you can certainly dive right into your art journals and get going. So I'm starting out using a fine liner pen by Sakura. It's like a micron pen. And as you can see, it's not showing up very well in the camera on my tags. So I'm adding some white so that you guys can see it a lot better. If you're doing this in your art journal, you can either choose to add some white or you don't have to. It will still show up. It's just in the camera so that you guys can really see it. I wanted to do it on the white. Now I'm just making a simple viney leaf drawing. So to do this, just start with a wavy line and then add some little lines off of it and a little leaf. And they don't have to be perfect. Mine are certainly not perfect. When they're all put together, it just looks really nice. So really, if you want to, you could go and do a pencil first and draw it with a pencil and then go over it with your ink, whichever way you're most comfortable with. I like to stagger the leaves some, and then some of them I like to be, right next to each other, one on each side. But however you feel drawn to draw them, go for it. So I knew the blue one was going to be, the blue tag was going to be the same issue, so I added a little bit of white to that as well. So I'm using a black waterproof India ink. It's by Dr. P.H. Martin, so that I can add some color afterwards and it won't bleed or blend. And so for these, it's really kind of like a little leaf petal, and you just add 5 of them together, or you can add more, which, however you want to make your flower. These are imaginary flowers. I'm not going for some, perfect flower. And just layer over them a second time to add a little more dimension to them and just make them look a little more painterly, a little more sketchy. And I just do a little line doodle out from the sides of them just to give them a little bit of a whimsical look. So now I'm using the back of a paintbrush and I'm dabbing it into the pink, and as I dab, the dot gets smaller and smaller, so it just naturally gives it that kind of variegated look and looks very cool. You want to stay on this, turn your paper or your book or your tag and stay on the same side of the petal for each one. That will give it more dimension. So now I'm going back in with some translucent teal blue paint and just painting over where I had added that white because it was really too stark white for me, and I wanted it to look a little more blended, a little more put together. Again, I'm using the same back of a paintbrush and I'm just dabbing out some white dots. I'm purposely making them not look perfect, so I'm not going back in, I'm kind of dabbing over them, and it kind of gives them almost like a little bubble look, and I really like that. Embrace the imperfections. So now I'm just adding a little bit of more paint and just kind of edging, giving a little edge. And I had cut out this word that says wisdom, and I thought it would look good on this tag, so I'm using my heavy gel matte medium and gluing that on the center. And your tag is done. And I'll put a couple of links below to some of the drawings that I've done that are similar that I've added to my art journal, so you can kind of get an idea on other videos where I've used them in my art journals. Now I struggle with this tag because I hated the red on it, so I'm trying to blend it, and I didn't think about this before when I picked out the colors. I just picked out colors that I liked, and that red was really looking to me. So I go back and forth with some pink and some blue and some pink and some blue till I get it to a place where it's still not my favorite tag, but I'm like okay with it. So of course then I covered up where I had drawn the flowers and my little swirlies coming out from them, so I had to add those back in and kind of just touch up my flowers a little bit, but it's fine. And I go back in with the back of my paintbrush again with the pink and just do the same kind of like dotty, bubbly look, and then I do the white in the center. And after I did the white in the center, I thought, oh, this doesn't look right, so I end up edging it with some white. I use my paintbrush and just write the word "be free" on there. And you can also cut out a quote or something if you want to. I didn't want to leave the tags like unfinished since I was doing them for this demo, so I wanted to kind of just make them complete. So there I'm adding the little bit of white to kind of keep that cohesive look. And that's it, you guys. It's so simple, and yet it can add so much to your art journals. And it's really nice when you add your own handwriting and your own penmanship and your drawings to your art journals. So start simple if you're not comfortable drawing and go from there. Practice, okay guys? Practice, that's what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Bye.